Welcome to the Virtual Manager podcast. My name's Anna Russell. I'm an artist manager and founder of The Virtual Manager. Throughout my career, I've developed and managed several music artists from new unsigned acts right through to globally successful ones. This podcast is for all unmanaged or independent music artists who want to start, build, or grow a successful, sustainable music career. Today, I'm bringing you a special bonus episode of the Virtual Manager podcast. Now, if you follow me on social media, you'll know that the last couple of weeks in particular have been extremely busy. So I thought this would be a great way of updating you on what's been going on behind the scenes at AR Artist Management and what's coming up that might interest you as a music artist. So to start, just this past weekend, I was invited by Liverpool Audio Network to speak at their Electronic Sound Summit in Liverpool. And the talk I gave was all about how to make yourself desirable to the music industry, also known as how to get anything you want as a music artist, which I know sounds like a big promise, but the talk was actually concerned with the core principles that I think lead to a successful, sustainable music career. Now, I'll be the first to tell you that there is no such thing as a roadmap or blueprint that leads to success in music. And every artist that has ever come to prominence reached their success in a completely different manner, using different strategies and a different route. However, the practical steps that I covered in the talk, I think, do create a successful, sustainable career. And these steps fall into three broad categories. Now, I want to share those categories with you so you at least have some structure to this. The first would be having strong foundations. So what I think make up the foundations of a successful, sustainable music career are vision. So do you know what your goals are as an artist and the type of career that you want to have? Do you know what your artist project is going to look and feel and sound like? Next foundation would be sound identity. So knowing what your unique sound and style as an artist are, and then making sure that they are consistently threaded through your songs. Finished music. I think it's a great starting point to have at least 5 finished, good quality tracks that you are 100% proud of. Brand, which simply means your identity as an artist. So knowing who you are and what you stand for. And then branding. So having artwork, photos, logo, an artist name, personal styling, an online presence that accurately reflects that artist identity that you have. The next category would be fan base building. So taking consistent steps to progressively build your fan base as your career moves forward. Now, we covered this in an episode of the podcast a few weeks back where I gave you 7 fan base building activities, of which you should be using 2 to 3 at least at any given time. So if you haven't already checked that out, do go back into the podcast and have a listen to that one. And the third category is all about measuring your progress. So simply knowing what your targets are and measuring your path towards them, which helps you make sure that you're going in the right direction and you're using the right strategies to help you reach what it is you're trying to reach. Now, I'm going to put a recording of the entire talk and the slides I used into the Virtual Manager membership. So if you're already a member of the Virtual Manager, look out for that. You will be getting access to it very shortly. As a result of the talk and the kind of structure that I think it gives music artists in really clear, unequivocal steps, I'm also going to be creating and uploading each of these steps and how exactly to complete them in detail in a roadmap. So that will be a course that is uploaded to the Virtual Manager membership. So if you're not already on the waiting list for the Virtual Manager, which opens in a few weeks, now would be a great time to do that. We already have over 300 music artists waiting for the doors to open, which is incredibly exciting for us. So if you want to join the waiting list and get early bird access to the Virtual Manager membership, please go to www.thevirtualmanager.co.uk and simply sign up. Thereafter, you'll be updated on when the doors are opening and how you can get access at the earliest price possible. I want to thank Liverpool Audio Network for having me this weekend. It was a great conference and I'm really excited to see how that grows for them. Whilst I was there, I also had a great conversation with Daniel Fish of Your Music Industry podcast, all about artist management. So we talked about what artist managers do and how to get one, what to look out for when you're having meetings with managers, as well as how I got into management and the changes that I'd like to see in the music industry. This was recorded for a future episode of Dan's podcast, so look out for that coming soon. As I say, it's called Your Music Industry Podcast, and I was really honoured to be the first ever artist manager that he has had guesting on the podcast. However, we also videoed the entire conversation, so again, I'll also be adding this to the Virtual Manager membership once it's ready. Just another reason that you should be on the waiting list. Finally, I could not be more pleased and proud to welcome artist Sarah Goodson to the AR Artist Management roster. Sarah is an incredible singer-songwriter. She's one of the best lyricists that I have ever come across in my career. She plays guitar, she plays piano, and she has a voice like butter. Most importantly, she has a huge amount of new material which we will be releasing across this year, and I can't wait for the world to hear what I've already heard. Excitingly, her very, very first gig is supporting the equally brilliant Eliza Shaddad on the 19th of March at the Scala in London, which is a great venue. So if you're listening to this and you're based in London, do come along and check her out. You'll be one of the first to have ever heard her, and then you'll be able to tell your friends that in future. You can also follow Sarah's journey on social media. You will find her at Sarah Goodson Music on all platforms. Now, the next big event for me is the launch of the Virtual Manager membership. If you're a regular listener to this podcast, you will know that it has been a long time coming. You will also know how much work has been going on behind the scenes to build on and improve what was the original Virtual Manager. So I'm looking forward to keeping you updated on that, but we are getting very, very close to the doors opening. If you're already on the waiting list, as I say, you will be the first to hear as soon as it opens, and you will also get first access at the lowest prices. If you are not already on the waiting list, I really don't know why not. Thank you for listening to this bonus episode. I'll be doing more of these in future if it's useful for you guys to hear a little bit about what I'm working on and what's going on here at AR. Otherwise, the normal episodes will be back next Tuesday, and if you've not already subscribed to the podcast, you can do that now. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Virtual Manager podcast. If you've found it useful, I invite you to check out the Virtual Manager membership site. The Virtual Manager is an essential resource for independent music artists who want to start, build, or grow a successful, sustainable music career. It ensures that you have the foundations of that music career in place, then helps you to build on those to achieve your music career goals. With monthly music industry training, a library of tools and resources, A&R feedback on your music, access to live Q&As with me, plus an active supportive community of like-minded artists, the Virtual Manager is the perfect place to be for any unmanaged or independent artist. The Virtual Manager relaunches very shortly, so to get early bird access at the lowest membership price, join the waiting list now at thevirtualmanager.co.uk. Finally, please take a minute to review and subscribe to this podcast. It helps more independent music artists to find us.